Welcome back again to the channel. It's Saturday, July 18th, and we're going to be doing a Fox body, sorry, not a Fox body, a New Edge Mustang axle upgrade. I've got Team Z axle truss kit. We're going to be welding the housing to the tubes, and let's get started with that. We're going to start with a dirty axle, and it's going to be a dirty axle in the end. It's just going to have some clean spots with weld on it. So let me show you around and flip you around and show you what I'm working with. Here we've got the Team Z axle truss kit. So that's two. We'll get welded to the axle. These are a couple of adjuster rods there to add a little preload on it. This one will be getting welded to the housing. Probably the opposite side, probably the bottom side. These are just bearing caps, pucks that go inside and on the end of the housing, like you've seen in some of the other videos I've done. But right now, I'll try and get you out of the glare of the sunlight there. We're going to clean all this up, both sides, clean up where I've got to weld all these pieces to, so here as well. And we'll get started on this. I'll get a couple videos step by step as I've gone, and we'll go from there. So we've got just about everything all cleaned up, aside from where these pieces are going to mount. These pieces here. So these little tabs, they'll weld to the axle in this area somewhere. I'm not quite sure yet. But we've got all that cleaned up. We're going to weld these on, weld those on. First, I'm going to take this piece off. So I've got that marked out exactly where that's going to sit with some white chalk, soapstone, limestone, soapstone. There we are. I'm going to TIG weld this on just because it looks a lot nicer, and it just looks a lot nicer. I'll end up TIG welding this as well with 309 because it's good for dissimilar metals, and this being a cast steel pumpkin, and that's just a regular mild steel gusset. That'll weld that nicely, and I'll use same 309 TIG welding to weld these together. I'm welding this brace on first. So I've got the bar in here, the alignment bar in here already. Comes out both sides, and on the inside it's got a couple pucks here to take the place of the bearing, so it keeps everything pretty well in check. But like I've showed you in some of the other videos, there is an absolute ton of misalignment on a factory housing. So like I can't even turn that puck. This one turns, but if I pull that out, it's going to spring one way or the other. I'm not sure right now. I'm going to weld these pieces on first, and after that I'll go back to this, and at that point I can manipulate the alignment of the shafts of the axle tubes with how much weld and where I weld that with shrinking of that axle tube, and that'll control where I put this housing and where I line it. After that, these will ultimately do your toe, your axle toe, and it is a thing. It will pull and it will deflect under load and braking. So that's where I'm at right now. Everything's cleaned up. All this, I'll weld that up. Actually, I'll weld this up. I'll weld these to the housing. I'll weld this to the housing. I'll weld that to the housing. I'll weld those to the housing, and then I'll do this point. So I got this far on it. Got this gusset welded to the tube. Got the tube welded to the housing. That's a 309 filler rod on the cast steel housing and the mild steel gusset. That's welded on. That's tacked on still. And we had a hard rain come through, and I had to put the attention whore back in the garage here for a little bit. Not because I'm afraid of it getting wet, it's because I don't want that big ass tree coming down on it. So hopefully that cools things down a little bit at least, and kills a little bit of the humidity, because it's friggin' greasy out here. Since I'm waiting here a little bit for this storm to clear, started with the bracing for the these tie bars. So they go on to where that giant weight, there's that giant weight on the floor, goes onto here. You have to drill these holes out to 7/16 of an inch, both sides. And since this pinion is offset, you've got a longer one and a shorter one. I've put these joints so they got about 3/8 of an inch thread showing on each. Same here. This one is, this bar is about 13 1/4 or 13 inches, and this one's 14 1/4, something like that. So they'll end up between the lower control arm perches. So I got to clean this up and get ready to weld them on. I'll tighten these bolts up. I'll tack them on. I'll pull this rod out. I'll put a spacer in between here. That's the right size. And I'll weld them onto the diff. That way these things don't open up when you weld them, or don't close up. If I can get on the inside, they'll walk either way. So that's where I'm at now. Got to clean that up, and keep on going. Making the most of what little room I've got. We've got this brace welded on. It's still warm, not hot. MIG welded these on. Also here, and yeah, I could have TIG welded that too. But here I am with a MIG welder. Well, with MIG welding that, TIG welded this, MIG welded all that together. Now the time has come. Also MIG welded these on, so there and here. Time has come to remove these pucks, and actually they're warm too, so this got some heat into it. See which way this axle actually moved, and I'm going to guess each end went upwards, or actually downward, because this whole thing's upside down. My wife's getting impatient for my kids. Glad that's on video. That's awesome. Anyhow, I'm guessing when I pull this out, this is going to go up and this is going to come down. So let's try. Oh, you're on video. So yeah, just like that. I got a big gap here. I don't know if this one's going to come out or not. That's a little tighter. So I may have to pull the bar out to get this puck out. But I'm guessing both ends went upwards, which is actually downward. But you see there, I've got a gap, and I'm going to do my best to make all that gap go away and get this thing centered as possible. Now that I've got both sides out, it's actually not real terrible. I got the pucks in the middle there. But yeah, they both went up, which is down. So to correct this, first of all, so we got a gap here in the bottom, we're tight at the top, and I got the pinion just kind of sitting that way. So to correct this, we're going to put some weld right along the top here. That's warm there. I'm going to put some weld right along the top. I'm preheating it, obviously. When I do that, it's going to shrink that. It's going to pull this axle housing upwards, and this puck should slide in. This side isn't actually as bad, so that moves in and out fairly easily. Still got our pucks here in the middle. I want to show you guys something in regards to sometimes things don't always go as planned. This is the first one I've done with a truss on it, and I've always been really good at predicting exactly where these housings are going to go when you weld. This thing didn't go where I thought it was going to go. It's actually pretty much in the exact same spot I started, which is forcing the axle ends downward, so they're tipped like this, which is probably the better of a lot of evils, because you put weight on it and it's gonna tip them back the other way. That being said, I'm gonna get it as straight as I can, but you know, there's always little tricks you got to learn. So I've added another bead of weld on the tube side of the original weld I put in there, just to shrink the tubes, this side as well. So what that does is it shrinks your housing, shrinks your tube, sorry, on this side. So that's what weld does. A weld will shrink your tube. The opposite way of everybody thinks heat will make things grow, and it does, but then it all shrinks. So that weld shrunk this axle tube, pulled it upwards, and now there's that. Same thing over here. Very close. It's real hot here, real humid. We just had a downpour today. I told you that earlier in the video. It's sweaty, soggy, greasy day today. I got this axle done, and to do something like this with the cleanup, the fit up, the mock up, the testing, fitting, grinding, welding, everything, you're looking about 4 hours minimum. I mean, that's with me MIG welding the brackets on instead of TIG welding them. TIG welding is going to take a little more time. So if you're looking to do something like this, you're about 4 hours into it. I can do it for you guys. Look to spend about 4 hours worth of labor. If you enjoy this type of video, leave me a note if you found anything interesting, informative. If you hate me, put a note down there in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, you know the drill, and figure it out with God's help.